So one thing that came to mind today as I'm leaving this library, as I am meditating, okay, trying to access wisdom of the ancients, wisdom that is existent even in the past, in the present and the future. I do think that if you meditate correctly, you can access this type of wisdom that I'm talking about. And what I have realized today is this, okay? You probably know this already, but this is something I realized today. It's most people mostly all people, they know that they will die one day, right? Most people know that they will die one day, but live as if they will live forever. So let me repeat that again. Most people know they will die one day, but act or live as if they will live forever. And this is true. This is very, very true, especially here in the United States, where I live in California. Even overseas, even in the Philippines, when I grew up, especially the older people, the people that were like raising me, they act as if they will live forever, man. And the reason why I say this is because they purposely plot and scheme, and you've seen the evidence, right, in my previous video. This organic portal idiot tries to, lie about me in public, okay? Telling the public that because she was speaking like really loud and shit. She was like, "Oh, I called you at 12. You didn't answer. Oh, this is the second time I called you. Oh." When I just heard her call me once at 2 p.m. exactly, something like 2:10 p.m. I was in the restroom like 2 p.m. And then I stood in the wall, and then I got back, I got to the to my seat, and I heard her the second time, and that's it, So it's not just me, okay? It's also you in your current life, like the way you're living and the way you're experiencing people doing these microaggressions. Remember, these demons are now resorting to microaggressions because it's illegal now to beat somebody up. It's illegal now to kill somebody. It's illegal now to, to harass somebody in public. So what they do now is microaggressions, okay? So my point is, why, if these people know that they will die one day, why would they focus on something negative, okay? Why would they lie about something? Why would they start drama? See what I'm saying? It's they're trying to get attention. They're trying to get fame, but they're doing it the wrong way, okay? So to me, that's really bullshit, man. It's really fucking, shallow and naive and condescending and deceptive, man. And when you do, revenge, and when you try to get back at them, they don't like it. They're freaking, "Oh, he's trying to do this to me. Oh." Stupid idiots, man. It's like they do something bad to you, and then when you try to get them back, when you tai chi them, okay, when you do a revenge on them, they don't want it. They don't want it. They'd be like, "Oh." It's like somebody punched you in the face. You got up and then you punch them, and then you keep punching them, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want it. Oh." So why do you do evil, you stupid idiot? So you see what I'm saying? It's something that's as common sense as this. They don't know, man. Imagine what simps and soy boys, imagine what type of message they are teaching, what type of what lessons are they teaching their sons and daughters, man? Most of the people, the men who are having babies nowadays are soy boys, emasculated men, simps, manginas who worship their wives, man. They do worship their fucking wives, man. I know so many people here, simp manginas, married. Actually, I have a story to tell you, man. You know, I actually have several stories because, man, this is true. This is real life, okay? Okay, the first time I got back from Iraq, this motherfucker, I almost fucking beat the shit out of this dude, man. I almost crippled this guy. You know, not that I beat him up, but I was wanting to really take his life and shit. Because imagine telling this to a Iraq veteran, just got back from the war, you know, just fucking got out. Okay, I think I was already out of the military or something, or I was just coming out or some shit like that. So I was still fucking strong as fuck, and you know, I was ready to fucking annihilate anybody in front of me. Okay, I was a gunner, so I was physically strong and, you know, mentally sharp and shit. So this motherfucker wants to, stupid fucking idiot truck, man. Look at that shit. Almost hitting me. He never stops and shit. Fucking California drivers. So what this guy was doing was what he said to me was and this will piss you off too. You know, if you're a soldier, if you're like a veteran like me, this shit will piss you off, man. It's like, oh, so how's Iraq? Oh, so how's Iraq? I'm like, what do you mean, the deployment? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You know, it was scary at first, and then once you got used to it, it's just like your regular job. It's just, you know, going on convoys, this and that. So it's exactly what I told him. Like, you know, it's just like it's like getting used to it and shit, because the thing is unpredictable, and then you know that, you know, you're doing a dangerous job, and you know, anything can happen. I'm ready for that. So, you know, I'm saying it's I've been ready my whole life. So this guy was like, oh, you know, your dad said you're gonna die in Iraq, and you know, we're thinking you're not gonna go back. He did exactly that, man. He fucking laughed in front of my face, talking about how I would die right there, talking about how the person who adopted me said that, you know, I'm never gonna make it back, you know, because blah blah blah, I'm lazy. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying, man? I'm a fucking soldier. I've been a soldier for fucking 8 years, and you're gonna fucking tell me that shit? I felt my face turn red, and I seen red, man. I saw fucking red, and I was about to fucking annihilate this dude, man. I was about to fucking destroy this motherfucker. I was about to fucking break his neck in front of everybody. Make a fucking example out of him, man. You know, and I'm trained in martial arts, multiple martial arts, silat, kung fu, kinds of things, man. The martial arts that do not believe in rules. The martial arts that do not tap out. I don't make you tap out, I break it. Okay? That's what I do, I break it. I grab a hold, you know, you try to do your jiu-jitsu on me, you try to grab me and shit. I break your fingers, and where's your jiu-jitsu now? Where's your black belt BJJ jiu-jitsu now, motherfucker? So you see what I'm saying? It's, this guy is taller, you know, bigger than me, but man, size, once you know, like a real fight, man, I will never follow any rules. I will freaking fight like freaking Bruce Lee. The reason why Bruce Lee doesn't want to participate in sports, because he doesn't believe in rules. He says that martial arts, if it has rules, it limits its potential, okay? Limits its potential, and you're not able to use certain techniques that, you know, that were passed down, okay? That was a traditional. The traditional martial arts is for killing, okay? It's not for fucking, it's not for entertainment, it's not for UFC, it's not for tapping out and shit. Break that shit, man. Put you in an arm bar, I break that shit, you know. And I have a lot more techniques than just breaking. I have way more techniques, man. I have an extensive background in like training in several of them. Right, so this motherfucker, man, my face, I felt my face turn red. My arms like got flushed with blood. You know, I was ready to like freaking rip this guy apart and shit, man. But this guy is like, oh, I'm sorry. He started like giggling and shit, like a fucking bitch. And this guy was fucking supposed to be like my brother-in-law and shit. You know? And if I was drunk during that time, if I was having a bad day, man, I would have been in jail right now or some shit, man. That guy would have been in a coffin, and I would be in jail for life, bro. Because in California, they don't do the lethal injection shit. They just fucking you know, they just do the lifetime fucking jail kind of shit, you know. Okay, the other story. Okay, I mean, before I tell you the next story, it's you know, if this guy realizes the title, you know, the title of my video, if he realizes that one day he's gonna die, okay, that, you know, nobody lives forever, man. You know, most people are, like I said earlier, you know, most people know that they're gonna die one day, but they act as if they're gonna live forever. So he's one of them. He's a fucking organic portal motherfucker, man. I'll tell you how dumb this motherfucker is. You know, in real life, okay, in real life, this guy got a fucking computer science degree. Okay, he got a fucking bachelor's degree in computer science. Couldn't find a fucking job for shit. Like, how the fuck are you gonna go get a fucking computer science degree and not find a fucking job and shit? You know what I'm saying? And he got a fucking girlfriend too. He's fucking with my sister and shit. So you see what I'm saying? It's but when I say sister, it's not really like a biological sister. It's like, you know, my adopted family and shit. So that shit don't really count. This is fucking, you know, I never asked to be in their family. I never asked to be, you know, with them or some shit. So I was taken as a baby. So you see what I'm saying? You know, so these are the fucking stupid idiots I had to deal with, you know. And the next story, okay, this next story, all right. And I'm gonna tell you several stories, and the reason why I'm doing this is because, you know, life stories is the main thing that I think is being lost in fatherhood nowadays. The fathers are supposed to be telling their sons, their young boys, you know, stories about their life, their real life, and how they conquered them, okay? This is what rap was, what hip hop was back in the day, okay? Yes, I used to listen to all kinds of music. I even listened to country music and all kinds of music. I don't discriminate. I'm not racist, okay? So back in the 90s, I learned all that stuff, like, you know, history of hip hop, history of rock and roll, this and that. And what I learned about hip hop was it was all about kind of like a blues music, okay? Telling your struggles, you know, telling them how you conquered them, okay? At first, it's two parts, okay? The rap, the music, the hip hop story before was two parts. It was the beginning was you tell your struggles, like, you know, I live in the ghetto, like, blah blah, people shitting on me, doing this, you know, doing that, like, you know, and then you tell the part how you're able to, you know, go through all that and how you're able to conquer it, how you're able to become the victor, okay? How you're able to win against all odds and shit like that. You know, see what I'm saying? It's all about like that. It's like, the music, even the music before, it's like that. It's uplifting. It's like it's positive. It gives you good vibes. It makes you feel good. Okay. Now the music is like, oh, hell with this, hell with that. It's like truck, 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 truck. There's all kinds of shit like drugs, this. It's all about fucking getting laid and smoking dope and all kinds of shit, man. It's bad information. It's fucking negative information, man. So this next story, okay? This next story happened recently. Well, not recently, but not really recently, but I would say right after what happened with the story I just told you right now. So right around, can't remember what year, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you the story anyway. So what happened was that was the time when I tried to date a single mother. Okay, when in my blue pill simp days, I dated I tried to date one. Okay, I tried to be with one. But the thing is, okay, and I told you about this story in the video where I said that's entitled "Why I Went." Why I went to MGTOW. So, and what happened was this bitch was like, posting all this gospel reading and shit like that. So what happened with this bitch was since I was on the blue pill simp thing before, she was a girl I knew in high school and blah 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 and this and that, and she didn't like me in high school. And then all of a sudden, now that she has a firstborn, she got her firstborn, she got a daughter. Now she wants me, okay? Now she wants me, and she doesn't want the dude. And she keeps telling me that, oh, we don't get along, we're not married, blah blah blah. Give me a chance, blah blah blah. They're gonna be with me. So the thing is, okay, I already told her about this too because I'm kind of a upfront kind of guy, So I told her, you didn't choose me before, so why you choose me now? And that silenced her and shit. And then she made up some story and blah blah blah, this and that, and and I'm still suspicious about this bitch because I'm like, why is she still with this guy? And if she says she wants to be with me, like, why the hell is she with this guy still? And then I saw, and then she told me, oh, we're not together anymore. And then on the same week, I saw a picture of like one of her niece. I mean, not niece, not one of her nephews. I think one of her nephews saved me from being tricked and shit. I don't know if this nephew was a red pill or nothing, but he showed me a picture. Okay, he posted a status update on Facebook when I was still in Facebook of her, of him hugging the husband. I mean, not the husband, but because they're not married, right? The guy that she the father of her daughter, like hugging her on the picture. And then she tells me, I told her that, I confronted her on that. I'm like, I thought you two are not together. And then she's like, oh, we're not together. There's an old picture. I'm like, my vision is 20/20. I don't wear any glasses. I got good vision. I'm healthy. I got good hearing. My senses are freaking enhanced because I was in the military and I worked mostly in the dark and shit. And I was a gunner, So I actually caught her. You see what I'm saying? I caught her cheating and shit. And then she was like, oh, I bet you are talking to fucking other girls, like blah, 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 this and that. I'm like, bitch, I'm not married to you. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me not to fucking talk to anybody? Are you and I fucking married? I'm like, you're her fucking boyfriend herself. She told me that guy has another girl and shit. So why the fuck are you with this guy and then you fucking accusing me of cheating on you when I'm not even with anybody. And she can. I'm like, you can see it on my fucking pictures. I'm not like with nobody and shit. I'm like, do you see somebody in my friends list fucking posting a picture of me hugging a girl and shit? So you see what I'm saying? I think her nephew, fucking tried to save me. He saved me from her and shit. So I think this guy, I'm like, I'm gonna get you a gift or some shit because this guy's young and he really fucking saved me. So maybe I go to Philippines in April and I see him and I fucking get him a drink or some shit. I don't know, like a little fucking, I don't know, get him a cell phone or some shit. Fucking to reward him or some shit, man. Because he didn't have to do that. He fucking actually saved me from this shit, from this bitch. So, I still haven't met this guy, but because this was a long time ago, and now I think he's in his 20s or something. So maybe a small gift, like a small cell phone or some shit, because good, it needs to be rewarded and shit, man. So yeah, and what happened too, like during that time, I was friends with one of her friends who lives in Canada and shit, and this girl was like, she told me, she's talking about the girl. She was like, she told me, because she was friends with this girl from Canada. She's like, she told me, about what happened, blah blah blah, this and that. Like, she really likes you. I think she really likes you, like blah blah blah. I'm like, if she really likes me, like why did she have a post of a fucking, why is there a picture up there of a, him hugging the guy and the guy hugging her and shit, and they're all like fucking happy and shit like that. So you see what I'm saying? I'm like, you can't fucking fool me. You can't fucking delude me and shit, man. I got 20/20 vision. I see things and shit, man. I'm not retarded or some shit, They're trying to fucking gaslight me and shit. So you see what I'm saying? I'm like, I went off and shit too. I'm like fucking, like, is this the fucking, I destroyed her. I made her friend fucking chew her out and shit. Fucking cuss her out and shit like that, It's because what she's doing is trying to fucking manipulate me and shit. She doesn't want to let go of the guy, and then she wants me to be with her. So you see what I'm saying? It's, even if a fucking simp is not gonna do that, because I was on the simp thing back then, and I didn't want to do that. So my INFJ thing kicked in because I was already INFJ and shit, kicked in, and what I told her was like, here she is. I told her friend this, what I told her friend was this, here she is fucking posting fucking Bible passages, fucking gospel fucking reading and shit on fucking Facebook. Everybody's like liking it and shit. Like, she's making everybody think that she's this fucking virtuous fucking girl or some shit, while she fucking already had sex like outside of marriage. I'm like, what kind of a fucking because she was Adventist. I'm like, what kind of a fucking, oh no, not Adventist, but Seventh Day, I think it's Adventist. What kind of a fucking Adventist is that? What kind of a fucking Christian is that and shit? What I'm saying is, she had sex. I'm like, look at the list of what she did. Okay, this is me like telling her friend from Canada. I'm like, look at what your friend, your so-called friend, did to me. Okay, I didn't do nothing to her. This is what she did to me. Okay, she lied to me about her cheating. I caught her fucking on a picture on Facebook that her nephew posted, and said, her nephew tried to save me from this bitch. And the second time, okay, I mean the reason number 2 is she fucking, she keeps posting these Bible passages, that making other people think that she's, virtuous wife, blah blah blah, when the exact opposite is true. She's a fucking trifling idiot. She can't have Adam and have Steve, man. She can't have God and have the devil at the same time. You see what I'm saying? She can't have 2 at the same time. You can't have your cake and eat it too and shit. You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, And I did go on dates with her before, for that too. Like before she had her daughter, I went on a date with her too. And on that date, it was like her dictating to me like what we should do and shit. And I only had one date with her, and I was already blue pill simp back then. And because of my army training, I was in the military. You know, I'm like, this shit ain't fucking right. Like, how come she gets to tell me what the fuck to do, what the fuck to do on a date? I'm the fucking guy out here. Like, I'm the one spending money and shit. So I should be the one fucking telling her where to fucking go. If we're gonna fucking watch movies, and if I want to watch movies, we're gonna fucking go there and shit. Because this is what's happening right now, okay? More and more women are thinking that men are just tools to fucking get what they want and shit. You know? This is what I'm seeing, fucking married people, a majority of married people here in California nowadays, okay? It's the woman doing the calling the shots. Do this, cook this, okay? Drive here, you know, do that to their husband and shit. Okay, and one of my aunts caught my female cousin doing that shit to her husband. Okay, cook me some eggs, do this, I'm tired. Oh, that bitch didn't work. He didn't lift a fucking finger that day, and she wants her husband, who just got back from work, to fucking cook for her. See what I'm saying? So, you know, and another story, okay? Because these stories are like in the past, okay? This is like during my blue pill simp days, and you know, like me, kind of like snapping out of it, like learning, like, you know, at the same time the military is like fucking, you know, teaching me masculinity and like really fucking making me snap out of the fucking blue pill simp thing, you know? So see what I'm saying? Even if it's like, a lot of people are like, oh, the military is like, you know, it's fucking brainwashing, blah, blah, but the thing is, it's masculine, okay? It's gonna snap you out of the fucking soy boy mindset, okay? It's only in boot camp that it's like extremely strict, okay? So, you know, so the next story was even earlier than the one I just said previously, and this one should shed some light on city chicks and why I say that if you're trying to date somebody, okay, if you are still wanting to have a relationship with a woman, don't pick somebody who live in a city. City chicks, most of the city chicks are mostly feminists and shit. You know, they will control you. You know, they will fucking make you do things that, you know, emasculate you and shit. Try to control your life. So, you know, but this story was before I learned that, okay? And what happened was went on a leave that time and went to the Philippines and met up with this city chick, okay? First time I dated the city chick. This chick was like, oh, my ex is like a real nice guy, like you should meet him. I'm like, why the fuck, like, would she want me to meet her ex? Like, I'm not interested in him and shit. Fucking, I'm interested in you. Like, what the fuck, like, you know? And she's like, oh, do you have ex? I'm like, there's no way you're gonna go to fucking USA with me, fucking, you know? And what this bitch did was like, she doesn't wanna go meet me where I live. She wanted me to fucking meet her up in fucking Antipolo and shit in the Philippines, like in the city, you know, in like Manila. You know, so I had to figure out my way, like how the fuck, like, where to ride the bus, where to fucking ride a tricycle and shit, how to find her fucking place and shit like that. So I'm like, fuck that shit, man. Like, you know, send somebody fucking who knows the place, because I'm not gonna fucking figure that shit out, like, you know. And back then, Google Earth wasn't good. That's in the fucking boonies of fucking Manila or some shit, man. Antipolo's like in the fucking boonies and shit. So, you know, there's no fucking street names or nothing like that recorded there. On Google Earth, the only thing that you'll see is fucking green, fucking trees and shit like that. And it's beside the fucking mountain and shit. So, you know, so I went there, met her, like, blah, 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 this and that. Yeah, okay. Dated her for about 2 weeks. And she was like, oh, you should meet my ex. He's like a really nice guy, blah, 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 blah. And like, you know. And then she was like, one time she was like, on the second week, she was like, oh, my ex said he's gonna beat you up, like, blah, 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 this and that. I'm like, let me talk to him. They put him on the phone. And they fucking hang up the phone. He hanged up the phone. She gave the phone to me, and they fucking hanged up the phone. And what I found out was he fucking found my Facebook. He fucking he tries to add me as a friend, but I didn't add him. And fucking once he found out that that I was in the military, that I was in once he found the pictures of me in Iraq as a gunner, you know, he deleted the friend request. And he blocked me and shit. So you see what I'm saying? It's the dude got scared, man, scared as fuck. So, you know, see what I'm saying? I'm like, why would you say that your ex is a nice guy when this guy says he's gonna beat me up and shit? So you see what I'm saying? I just fucking threw it down on her like that, and she was silent and shit. You know, oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, blah blah blah. So you see what I'm saying? I'm like, alright, since you keep talking about your ex, you know. And then the other thing, the thing that, because I gave her some leeway, you know, so much leeway. And then the thing that broke up the relationship was this, okay? And she was like, she suggested, like, you know, what I want to do is, okay, that's a red flag. When you tell me that you want what you want to do and shit, it's a red flag, okay? And she was like, oh, I want to tell you something. That's what I want to tell you. She was like, oh, I want to see you, like, you know, Monday and Friday, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to be seeing my ex Saturday, Sunday. My ex is going to help me shop. So I'm going to see him Saturday or maybe Sunday or maybe both. So I'm like, why would I want to be with you if you don't want to let go of your ex and shit? Like, what do you think this is? This fucking reverse Muslim? Or this fucking reverse Islam? Like, you having, like, lots of guys and shit? It's just like, oh, I'm not together with him. I'm just, you know, going shopping and he's gonna carry the groceries, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can't mistake me for a fucking fool. I'm actually older than this chick. I was like 27 at that time. I'm like, fucking 27, bitch. I'm like, fuck that shit. What I did was I just fucking, you know, I cut her off. I deleted her number. She kept calling my phone, and then I fucking blocked her. My cell phone and shit. Deleted her from Facebook, cut her off and shit. So, you know. And because she's like a cousin of like a distant cousin of my cousins there. My cousins found out and they were like, oh, what happened? Like, what happened to you guys? Like, blah, blah, you know. What happened? Why did you guys broke up? And I told them, like, fucking, this bitch doesn't want to let go of her ex. So I'm like, you're gonna be with your fucking ex forever. So you see what I'm saying? It's fucking, don't forgive these demons, man. They fucking do you like that? They try to gaslight you. They try to make you into a slave or some shit. They try to fucking make you simp. Try to emasculate you. Try to use you as a fucking tool. Fuck that shit, man. I don't care how fucking bad a bitch is. I don't care if she's a fucking 10 or some shit. Fuck her shit, man. Life, I told you, man, life, if it's not making you happy, you know, even if you're making 6 figures, if that job is stressing you out, if it's not fulfilling your inner happiness, it's not good for you. You're gonna fucking stress out. Your health is gonna fail. You're gonna be, you're gonna be getting like OCD, like fucking Winston Wu says. There was a time in his life when he was bullied in high school, and he started to get like OCD like symptoms, and like cleaning shit all the time, and like possibly like acting like a bitch or some shit. Being whipped, being simped, being fucking possibly beat up in high school or some shit like that. Because this is fucking California, and this is USA, America. This is America. This is a woman's name and shit, man. So I got more stories, but I'm gonna cut it short right here. So I hope you learned something from those lessons, man. It's whether it's a relationship or whether it's like life in general, whether it's your work life, relationship or family, or where you live, exactly where you live. And Vention just said in a previous video, now he's motivated to go somewhere else, to Mexico or something like that. But location, that's why they say location in real estate, because location is the most important thing. What dictates, or who dictates what dictates the vibe, the energy of the environment is exactly the environment, okay? It's the collective ideology of the fucking people, the majority of the people living there in that particular spot, So I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you meditated on that part where I said, most people nowadays know that they will die one day, but act as if they will live forever. So those bitches that I just told you, and it's the stories that I just said right here in this video, they act as if, they are acting as if they will live forever. If they know about their mortality, if they know they're not gonna be here forever, like, they're not gonna treat me that way. Any human being, and any sane, any normal human being will acknowledge that, okay? Peace out.